Hey everyone, this video is going to showcase how the strike pack will or will not help you in Apex Legends ranked, specifically in Plat 2. So we're in the Platinum rank, deep in the thick of things. Notice the squad I'm playing with. It's a pre-made squad. It's a Wraith that I'm playing. It's a Bloodhound for scans, and then we have a Valkyrie for rotations. So we're playing right now hand holding, which I recommend if you're going to push something. Your teammate heard a fight, so we're trying to third party. Now I'm going to pause here. Notice that the ring is over here. We are purposely, we landed at launch pad over here. We're purposely rotating because during the drop ship, we saw there were a few teams. There were a team that landed at Gale Station and a team that landed at Fish Farms. So we know if there's any sort of fight going on in Fish Farm, it's likely to be these two teams, and we're coming in to clean up the mess. And best of all, it's very unlikely that if we third party, we're going to get fourth party from somewhere when we are in this very edge corner of the map. So that's one thing that you have to keep in mind. Again, has nothing to do with strike pack, nothing to do with anti-recoil control. It's simply, do you know your macro game strategies? So I'll let the clip play out. Basically, ping the Bangalore smoke. We noticed that the team's kind of like running in the open. I don't think the fight finished at this point, so you always want to basically, peck damage if you can. If you get an early knock, that's great. And notice that my teammates are kind of right behind me. We're hand holding, which again in Platinum and above I recommend. So we got an assist elimination because my teammates were able to get a knock from far out. Now we're still hand holding. See, Gibraltar is trying to stay in his bubble and hide. I don't even get any damage because my teammates are all on him. At this point, we don't need the handhold anymore because it's 3v1. When Gibraltar's down, last teammates in this building, we both have the same idea of trying to basically flank. And we finish the team. Notice that in the far off corner over here, there's a revive ship. So we know that at least one of these members of this enemy squad over here will only have white armor. If you look at where we are in full health, right? Valk's got purple, I have blue, Bloodhound's got blue. So in this case, we're good to go. I think that I might have like a second or two to boot. Turns out I get shot right away. I guess they're trying to, stave off any sort of push that we have, but we realize our advantage is just too strong right now. I don't know if it was one person or two person that got revived, but either way, notice how I'm pushing with my teammates. So I'm hand holding, I'm not taking the zip line, I'm not trying to kind of flank around here. I'm simply pushing with my teammates because number one, we don't have cover if we go this way that I'm looping, and number two, we fully want to commit and cut them off basically as a team. If there's simply no cover, I'd rather that we push as a team, and then if they choose to take this zip line, then they have no cover. So either they stay in this house here and then we take them on as a team. We could take roof, we could try to flank them into two doors, or they run away, but now they have no cover here. Either way, I'm fine giving up this space and not taking it myself. So you can see, I'll play the clip and you'll see I use my Q just to move a little faster. That's perfectly fine to give up your tactical if you can get positional advantage quicker. Get a scan off. Again, I'm poke damaging, kind of like what I mentioned before. One of my teammates is already on the roof, so we damaged them. Now I cracked the shield of the guy, the white shield up top, and at this point, because we're so aggressive, we just finished the job. I think at this point my teammates were telling me that they were weak, they had white. We're talking to each other, saying what kind of armor these people have. So now we've leveled up. We all have purple shields. I have 4 KP. I think my teammates also have something close to it. And I've only done 345 damage, and we've not got knocked a single time. And look at where we are on the map. We're pretty far out. No one's gonna fourth party or third party or anything right now. The ring is closing on us, but it's round one. That's perfectly fine. We have a Valk right here. If we want to, we can basically walk it in, and if someone tries to gatekeep us, Valk will rotate us to safety. And then the fact that I'm playing Wraith obviously is also a huge advantage, because if we were indoors rotating through a tunnel or something, it's still port. We don't need the skies for Valk to rotate. So this is a very strong meta built team where it's meant for smart rotations. It's meant for taking on an early fight, getting your early KP, and then just playing safe, playing to the final circle. We don't have a Gibraltar, but that's okay. We don't really need the Gibraltar for the strategy that we're playing right now. Okay, so this next fight is really going to highlight how you need to know when to push and when to pull on your attack. So here we scan, or we don't scan yet, our teammates hear people, so they ping. Now we scan. Now we see there's a single person that is scanned. We don't know that's the only person, but that's who we're choosing to focus on, because if that team is split, right, especially in diamond or plat lobbies, if that team is split, we need to get this early knock. We're going to hold hands, try to get this early knock, and then if his teammates are, let's say, you know, out in the open trying to catch up over there, now we have a 3v2, and that's totally to our advantage. It's going to change the entire complexity of the fight. So I think we're still roughly holding hands. Where me and my one Bloodhound teammate are kind of inside. Look at where the Valk is. The Valk is upstairs and going that way, and me and my Bloodhound teammate are over here. We're looking to shoot at the enemy who's in the opposite building. So here, because I'm throwing shots at him that way, it allows the Valkyrie to get the knock. I don't know if you saw that, but the Valkyrie essentially got the knock because me and my Bloodhound were shooting this way at the enemy who was focused on us, and so the Valkyrie was able to kind of loop on the back end and shoot them. And even though we didn't really do much, and when I stepped outside the building I got shot by their enemy Bloodhound, it was not a huge deal because I would gladly take, you know, 50 shield damage if I can distract that guy. And this is a pre-made squad, so we kind of know each other, we kind of know the strategy. The one with the most movement is obviously going to be Valk, so for most fights it's going to be me and Bloodhound shooting and distracting the enemy while Valk can kind of get the sneak around. And especially if you're popping bullets off, you're not going to make the enemy aware of your teammate's footsteps. That's really a big strategy in kind of these type of fights. Now that we have the knock, it's a completely different game. So me and the Bloodhound go the same way the other Bloodhound just were, and we kick down the door, we rush, we kind of do everything here. Looks like it's an enemy Wraith, so we all chase, again holding hands. Wraith gets knocked, and the last person looks to be a Horizon. I think the first person that Valk knocked was the Bloodhound on the enemy team, but the Horizon is now on the roof trying to get away, and all three of us are chasing because it's a 3v1. We're just trying to get our KP at this point, so I'm able to get the elimination, and you know, really easy fight once we got that first knock. I think so much of the battle is just knowing when to get the first knock, and you'll see that if you look back and think, my strike pack did not really play a role at all. Right, it was mostly team coordination, communication, and just cutting off the enemy. Okay, so this last clip is the end game of the same game we've been playing and viewing so far. There's an enemy trio that we've spotted over there. There's 3 squads, so there's one other squad somewhere, and it's basically, we believe, either a solo or a duo because they've been quiet this whole time. They haven't been really popping shots off. So we're just kind of holding the roof here. We're watching what the enemy trio is doing, and it looks like we notice they're kind of behind the gravity cannon. They're running to the right out in the open, so we say, let's just push while we have the advantage. We're not going to push all the way, but we do have a Bloodhound. We see that there's 3 of them. We scan. It's also a Mirage, so there's 4 bodies popping up. Now there's Seer and a Mirage. Now the Seer pops his ult, so immediately we back up. See, we don't try to take any unnecessary risks. We don't know if there's a solo or a duo still out there. We don't want to basically get knocked, even if we win that fight. We immediately get third party and lose the advantage. So we try to play smart, and here you can see maybe the strike pack has a bit of an impact. I've talked about how Volt is a really good gun, so they are spotted footsteps, or maybe just shots from that team that took our high ground. That's okay. We're still basically chilling because that team that's on the high ground, it looks like it's a solo, since they're not absolutely raining shots down at us and we're kind of in the open. So I've talked about the Volt is really good for 25-30 meters. I wouldn't be able to pop, that's why I switched to the wingman here, because I wouldn't be able to pop off with the Volt from here to the rooftop. And at the same time, we're still keeping high ground on these guys. That solo just hit me with either a charged up sentinel or a headshot of some kind. Doesn't really matter, I'm not too worried. again, we're chilling, we're playing the best defensive position possible. There's no need for us to commit either team at this endgame. But now I shot this guy for 45. So at this point, take a look at the kill feed for a second. You can see that my Valk, who's been really good, sorry for the highlight, but my Valk was able to knock someone on the trio. And here my Valk and my Bloodhound teammate are together, and they're pushing. I just did 45 damage to this solo. So in my mind, I'm thinking, if they can just clean up and continue their momentum, I will take care of this. I'll take care of the guy right in front of me, and then we should have an easy wipe because I already have that 45 damage initially from my wingman. So this person is going to have to heal, and if they don't heal in time, then essentially they'll be fighting with less armor than me, and I should have the advantage. So here you can see I'm pushing up, I'm switching to the vault, and since they have purple, I have purple, I'm able to get this instant kill. I probably should have shield swapped, but I did level up to red there. So now at this point, one of my teammates gets knocked and finished. And so that was a risk I had to take because I didn't want that guy that I just killed to third party us. But our Bloodhound teammate just got knocked and finished. It looks like this super J Talon or whatever knocked him and someone else finished him. So there's at least two that are still up. The good news is my Valk is still in good health, and my goal here is to quickly heal. I should have shield swapped, but quickly heal and do damage. It looks like the Valk does knock someone, so after I get some good shots from the enemy, we basically win the game. So the Valk really carried us to an extent, but also a lot of it was just knowing when to take fights, when to be patient, and then when to push. So again, I would say for that game maybe like 15-20% strike pack, and you'll notice that at the higher levels, very little recoil control is the cause of your win. It's more so your macro strategy and your movement.